Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Right now at 10, the government will remain open a little bit longer. The House and Senate approve a bill to keep agencies open for 45 days. Good evening, and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Jeremy Wall. The House and Senate approved, as you heard, a 45-day funding bill to keep federal agencies open. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy dropped his demands for steep spending cuts and relied on Democratic voters for passage. The bill increases federal disaster assistance funding, but does not include aid for Ukraine or border security, which likely would be taken up in a separate measure. CBS News correspondent Michael George reports from New York.
It's been a day full of twists and turns, but the American people can breathe a sigh of relief. There will be no government shutdown.
Late Saturday, the Senate voted to approve a 45-day federal spending plan. Earlier, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy crafted the measure and pushed it through despite opposition from hard-right Republican members of his own party.
The bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
The last-ditch effort, which averts a government shutdown for now, funds federal agencies and provides money for millions of paychecks through mid-November.
On the House floor, we passed by overwhelming numbers the ability to keep government open for the next 6 weeks. I asked Congress will stay in session the next 2 weeks, continue to work to get this done.
To get the votes he needed, Kevin McCarthy relied on Democrats to help push through his temporary funding plan.
We went from devastating cuts that would have impacted the health, the safety, and the economic well-being of the American people in 24 hours to a spending agreement that meets the needs of the American people across the board.
The package leaves behind aid to Ukraine, which is a White House priority opposed by a growing number of GOP lawmakers.
I'm confident the Senate will pass further urgent assistance to Ukraine later this year.
But it increases federal disaster assistance by $16 billion, in line with President Joe Biden's request. Now it won't be long before lawmakers have to scramble once again to reach a long-term agreement. Michael George, CBS News.
The bill now goes to President Biden's desk for his signature. Day 3 of Oktoberfest continued today with the 62nd annual Maple Leaf Parade. This morning, 100 floats rode through the streets of La Crosse. The parade ran for over 2 miles, starting at Clinton Street and ending at J Street. It consisted of, as you can see there, marching bands, first responders including the La Crosse Police Department and Gunderson Ambulance, and of course Oktoberfest staff. There's the board president right there waving to the fans and employees from local businesses as well. Also this morning, runners laced up their shoes for the 24th annual Maple Leaf Walk Run. Hosted by the YMCA, the fundraiser raises money for the Y campaign, which gives employees and kids in need the support to reach their full potential. The walk run took place at Riverside Park. Participants were able to do a half marathon, 5-mile course, and 5K course. This year, the La Crosse area YMCA partnered with Hunger Task Force for a food drive. Non-perishable items were collected to fight food insecurity. Walking on the Hickory Trail is now more relaxing. Today, a grand opening was held for an audio-guided forest bathing walk. It was created by UWL faculty member Namyoon Kill and his students. It allows trailgoers to use some of their senses to reconnect. They can find 7 locations on the trail with a short written guide and a long audio guide using QR codes. Kill tells what he hopes trailgoers will get from the forest bathing walk.
We want the people to come in and get all their kind of pressures and hectic lifestyles kind of worries behind them before taking a slow and mindful the forest therapy walk on this Hickory Trail.
The idea started in Japan in the 1980s. The writer's strike might be over, but the UAW strike continues. Today marks the day after the third expansion of the UAW strike against the Big Three, which began after contracts expired late on the night of September 14th. The Ford Chicago assembly plant and the General Motors location in Lansing, Michigan were called on to join the strike on Friday, affecting an additional 7,000 workers.
Folks, let's plan your Sunday here in a warm one. It's not July, it's the beginning of October here, folks. Temperatures starting off upper 60s to right around 70 degrees, already going all the way into the lower 80s by that lunch hour, ending your day upper 80s across the area. Unseasonably warm temperatures that will last clear into the early part of next week in the 80s. Enter a weather system on Wednesday. That brings the next chance of rain. That will signal much cooler temperatures by the time we get into Thursday, going into Friday. Look at that. Temperatures dipping down below normal. At this point next weekend, those temperatures will be in the upper 50s. So just look at that swing over the course of the next 7 to 10 days. Gorgeous day on your Sunday to get out and look at those fall colors. This is just a little bit north of us over northern Wisconsin. Thank you, Luke, for sending us this weather photo here. Those fall colors are going to continue to progress over the course of the next couple of days here. Like I said, beautiful timing to get out and enjoy those fall colors.
And a nice warm week as well. Coming up on News 8, federal student loan payments are resuming next month after a more than 3-year suspension during the pandemic. Find out how you can save money. But first, 2 car companies are warning drivers of potential fire risks. Find out how many vehicles are being recalled. That's up next. Stay with us.
The National Home Furnishing Sale has come to Home Furniture. Get up to 15% off sale prices with instant factory rebates. Plus, get free shipping and free financing on purchases of $4.99 or more. The National Home Furnishing Sale at Home Furniture ends Monday.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. During September, there is a 1 in 3 chance the Lightning Ball strikes a set of 2 plays on Megabucks. When it does, players get an extra number, which means better odds of winning a prize. Jackpot not included. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
No matter your level of comfort with technology, our secure website allows for worry-free transactions. Whether at your computer or in the palm of your hand, our mobile app lets you manage your account on the go. For over 120 years, Union State Bank has provided our customers and community with quality financial services. We're here for you and welcome you to bank with us. Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's the National Mattress Sale at Home Sleep Express. Get up to an extra 15% off sale prices on Luxuria and Thomas Cole mattresses. This Naples Plush Queen is $679, and this Aurora Queen Hybrid is $849. Only at Home Sleep Express.
Welcome back. 2 car companies are warning drivers of potential fire risks. Kia and Hyundai are recalling more than 3.3 million vehicles. Federal regulators say Hyundai is recalling 13 different models from 2010 through 2015 because of a brake fluid leak that could spark a fire. Kia is recalling a dozen models from 2010 through 2020 due to a possible electrical short that can also ignite. Well, from the cars to the loans, federal student loan payments are resuming next month after a more than 3-year suspension during the pandemic. However, borrowers may qualify for lower monthly payments under the SAVE plan. Some may even have a zeroed payment depending on how much they make and the size of their family. For the next 12 months, borrowers can also skip payments without facing the financial consequences of defaulting on their loans. Coming up on News 8, the longest living U.S. president is celebrating a birthday. Find out how people are honoring Jimmy Carter.
It's the Hy-Vee BOGO sale this Friday through Sunday. Buy 1 pack of Just Bare chicken breasts, get 1 free. Buy 1, get 1 free on family-sized Cheerios. And buy 1, get 1 free on Hy-Vee potato chips, only at Hy-Vee.
Are you looking for a high-paying career without any experience? Chart Industries has the opportunity you've been waiting for. Starting wage $30 per hour, highest pay in the area, guaranteed 40 hours, and so much more. If If you are making less than $60,000 and want a healthy work-life balance, apply at jobs.chartindustries.com today. That's jobs.chartindustries.com.
When it's time to get on the road again, trust the family of car dealerships that's been serving Western Wisconsin for 100 years.
No matter where you are, there is an Osseo Automotive location close to you. From the farm fields of the Chippewa Valley to the banks of the mighty Mississippi River.
Whether you're looking for something new to drive or need service on an existing vehicle, you can count on us.
Osseo Automotive is Osseo Ford and Nels Gunderson Chevrolet in Osseo, Rudy's in Whitehall, and Fountain City Ford. Check us out at OsseoAuto.com.
Here's to being awed by autumn in Wisconsin. To exploring the home of an architect named Frank. Here's to experiencing new heights and riding a wave of new fall adventures. To seeing fall colors through the eyes of someone close to you. Here's to those who Wisconsin.
It's time for Jolivet Family Farms Fall Harvest. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Stop by today for some of Jolivet's homegrown raspberries, squash, crowd cabbage, popcorn, and large selection of apples. Hardy Mums are now in bloom and available at Jolivet's. Find distinctive crafts and decor, Wisconsin wines, take home some apple crisp, apple pies, caramel apples, and apple cider donuts from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
It's the Hy-Vee BOGO sale this Friday through Sunday. Buy one pack of Just Bare chicken breasts, get one free. Buy one, get one free on family-sized Cheerios. And buy one, get one free on Hy-Vee potato chips, only at Hy-Vee.
Don't be tricked by sales and free stuff. Better products at better prices on all your home improvements during the 2023 Fall Home Show at the Board Store Home Improvements. Don't miss it.
Myers attended a public party at the Carter Library in Georgia to celebrate the 99th birthday of former U.S. President Jimmy Carter today. Carter, a Democrat who served as U.S. President from January 1977 to January 1981, is in hospice care after deciding in February to decline additional medical intervention. He turns 99 tomorrow. In Atlanta, the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library and Museum hosted a celebration that featured a cake, games, and trivia. The party was moved up today ahead of a possible government shutdown that could have started around midnight tomorrow. Attendees, including children, sang happy birthday and wrote cards for the former president while sending him good wishes. Carter, who was born on October 1st, 1924, has lived longer after leaving office than any former president in the U.S. or in U.S. history. He has garnered worldwide admiration for his post-presidency humanitarian work and won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002. Carter has faced health challenges in recent years, including melanoma that spread to his liver and brain, but he has continued to show resilience even after his decision to start hospice care.
It's important to celebrate President Carter because he's an honest, honorable man with a lot of character. He brought so much to America. He values the American people. He values peace. He exemplifies everything that a president should exemplify. That is so missing in today's society.
Another Georgia resident adds he leaves a legacy forever like me. Back in the 70s and back in the 80s, he was always there to make sure that the whole community, the whole world would be okay, and we thank God for you, President Carter. A great way to honor. The White House is also celebrating the former president. Today, the Oval Office is displaying a sign on the north side. Former President Jimmy Carter's 99th birthday celebration was moved today amid the looming possibility of a government shutdown. The Jimmy Carter Presidential Library and Museum said some events for Carter's birthday were bumped a day early when current funding levels were still set to run out. Well, a Minnesota Cannabis Festival is teaching more curious Minnesotans about cannabis. WCCO's Alex Henry has the story.
How do they do it? How do they make the
the pretzels taste so good and they get you so high.
From THC pretzels and seltzers to custom glass pipes, the 4th annual Legacy Cup continues to grow as more Minnesotans become cannabis curious.
We started it just on the CBD side of things to kind of get the ball rolling and, still celebrate our hemp farmers and our cool CBD topicals and tinctures, and then just every year as legislation changes can be more fun of an event.
Thomas Thorpe is a Minnesota native, hoping his small business in edibles can grow bigger as the cannabis industry grows across the state.
There's a lot of changes of positions of committees that are being formed, and the rules haven't been made yet. So a lot of us are kind of just sitting and waiting to see how things are going to fold out, knowing that there's a lot of opportunity for local small businesses to be involved.
Now, because legalization hasn't been fully completed yet, the parking lot of the brewery couldn't turn into a dispensary, at least not quite yet. But attendees were encouraged to bring their own weed from home to smoke or even share.
We can have the public consumption of cannabis, so people can go in. We have the smoking lounge, and they're able to smoke weed, smoke hash with their friends safely, responsibly, and together as a community.
I don't know if I ever, or when I thought that Minnesota was going to be able to have the opportunity to do something like this, where open to the general public, 21 plus, having people being able to come to one place and consume cannabis, sample cannabis, promote their cannabis products.
Alan Henry, WCCO News.
Organizers say more than 6,000 people attended last year's Legacy Cup. This year, ticket sales are pointing to a turnout between 12 and 15,000.
Hey there, folks. Let's start off with our bottom line. These are the main things that you need to know with our forecast staying much above normal temperature-wise through at least Tuesday, dry through Tuesday as well, and then a weather system that enters on Wednesday, lasting Thursday and Friday, will signal a big change in the temperatures. More on that in just a moment here. Well, let's track our temperatures as we carry on into your Saturday overnight, going on into your Sunday. Look at that. Temperatures in the 70s. 10, 11, 12 o'clock. Look, as we head into the overnight hours, temperatures staying in the lower 70s across the area. And then as we head towards 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock, temperatures middle to upper 60s to near 70 degrees across all of southeast Minnesota, northeast Iowa, and much of Wisconsin, too. Unseasonably warm. These are our normal high temperatures for this time of year, and there are low temperatures. Look at the temperatures going up here as we go into your Sunday. Maybe take lunch outside, a breezy day, a little bit on the humid side. Temperatures in the 80s already by that lunch hour. Upper 80s across portions of southeast Minnesota, western Wisconsin, northeastern Iowa. A couple of places could flirt with 92, according to our future track model here. Lower to middle 80s just off to the east towards the Madison area. Then as we go on into your Sunday night, temperatures dipping down only into the middle 70s by the time we get to the later portion of your Sunday evening, going into the overnight. And look how warm the start of the work week starts here. Middle to upper 60s again to start off your Monday for work and school, and it's going to be a really warm start to next week, too. We have the drought conditions still existing across all of southeast Minnesota, northeast Iowa, and much of Wisconsin. A little improvement because of the rainfall that many areas saw over the course of this week, which, of course, we take any drops that we can get. Rainfall amounts, though, as we carry on out over the course of the next week, not going to be probably as much as what we saw with the weather system over the course of the past week. According to our future track precipitation model, maybe upwards of a quarter inch across the La Crosse area, a little bit more towards the north and a little bit more towards the south and towards the east as this weather system moves through on that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday time frame. Certainly stay tuned, folks. We'll keep you up to date on that weather system and its progress and the rainfall possibilities. Let's plan your Sunday here. Temperatures starting off, like I said, middle to upper 60s and near 70 to start the day, then the upper 80s by the end of the day across much of the area. Again, we're going to do 86, 87 for your Sunday afternoon. Look at how warm Monday and Tuesday are staying in the 80s. Enter that weather system on Wednesday going into Thursday. After that weather system moves through, a few showers on Thursday and Friday, breezy and much cooler temperatures by the time we get to this time next weekend will actually be below normal in the temperature department by this time next weekend.
Coming up in sports, the Brewers look to knock the Cubs out of the playoffs. And the UWL Eagles hosted UW Stout for some Oktoberfest football. Kate has that and more right after the break.
We all know how weather goes around here.
So why not take the First Warn team with you? Stay weather aware with hourly temps and conditions, video forecasts, and interactive radar. And the best part? It's easy to use. Here, try it.
Experience the joy of home sweet hosting with help from Ashley. Pay 0% interest for 5 years in-store only. And shop guest-approved essentials starting at just $17 per month or $9.99.99. From our store to your door. Fall in love with being home at the all-new Ashley.
Hi, it's Elvis Duran. Thanks for listening. I think what makes our show unique is perspective. Many different voices, many different points of view.
If you're going to say don't ask me, we're going to ask you. If you want to.
Wow. We are just a family sitting around the table in the morning. Very dynamic individuals, though.
Yeah! Hi, it's Elvis Duran from the Mix Morning Show. Wake up with us every morning on Mix 96.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day, stretch the weekend, haul, or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $3,500 in total savings. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Right now at Ashley, pay 0% interest for 5 years in-store only. Plus, shop Ashley Sleep Queen mattresses starting at just $250. Or receive a free mattress with the purchase of a 5-piece bedroom set. From our store to your door. Get hosting ready at the all-new Ashley.
Welcome to News 8 Now Sports. I'm Kate Overton. Now, Oktoberfest might be the big event of the day here in La Crosse, but the UWL football game has to be a close second. The 13th ranked Eagles were opening up conference play hosting UW Stout, and they were looking to make a statement. It's the second year in a row that the Eagles have had a home game during Oktoberfest, putting on a show for the hometown fans. UWL offense in control early. Kaiser Helterbrand up the middle with the QB keeper. He's in for 6, and the Eagles take an early 7-0 lead. Next Eagle drive, Helterbrand going deep, and that's Jack Studer making the Knights grab for a huge pickup. And then a few plays later, Helterbrand going to the corner of the end zone, and Jack Studer just big boying the defense. That's another UWL touchdown. It's 14-0. But the Blue Devils would come back. Jack Rashid connecting with Arthur Cox, and he's going to break a bunch of UWL tackles, making his way in for the score. Stout ties it at 14. But on the ensuing UWL drive, Helterbrand buying time, finally finds Ryan Bartol, and now Bartol has room to run, breaks a tackle. Nobody's going to catch him. A 77-yard touchdown. That gives UWL the lead. Stout would keep it close, but the Eagles, they get the big win, 45-40. All right, Winona State at number 19, Minnesota Duluth, and the Warriors have some things to figure out. They dropped their third game of the season, 38-14. It's their second conference loss, and they'll have to bounce back on the road next week against University of Mary. No Badgers today, but we do have the Gophers up against Louisiana Lafayette, and the Ragin' Cajuns strike first. A nice touchdown in the corner of the end zone makes it 7-0. But Minnesota would respond on the 10-yard line, and they're going to find Daniel Jackson in the end zone. We're tied up. Second quarter, 4th and 1 for Minnesota, and check out the push from the offensive lineman. Kaliakmanis gets shoved into the end zone. Minnesota takes a 14-10 lead. Gophers would actually trail at halftime, but after the break, check out this run from Zach Evans. Has a hole up the middle, and he takes it in from 18 yards out. Gophers take the lead again, and this time they would stay in front. Bryce Williams finds the end zone from 2 yards out. Minnesota would go on to win 35-24 and have snapped their 2-game losing streak. How about some girls soccer? Winona Winhawk girls have lost only one time this season. The Orange and Black have won 11 straight and could clinch a share of their first Big Nine title ever. they could do that with a win over Rochester Century. 9th minute, Century's Annika Torbenson finds the chip in goal into the back of the net. Visitors take a 1-0 lead. 25th minute, penalty kick called for Winona's Faith Quinn. She goes left for the equalizer. We're all tied at 1. Jump to the 80th minute, same score, a throw-in, gets all the way to the mouth of the goal, but no one can connect. But a 1-1 tie is all Winona needs. The Winhawk girls soccer team is the first Winona soccer team, boys or girl, to win the Big Nine. Congratulations to them. All right, switching to the MLB. Last night, the Brewers walked it off against the Cubs, and maybe the coolest part about it, former UWL pitcher Caleb Boschley earned the win as the 29-year-old made his MLB debut last night. Now the Brewers had a chance to knock the Cubs out of the playoff picture for good. We go to AmFam Field for game 161 of the season. Eric Lauer on the mound for the first time since late May, but it was not his night. Bases loaded for Yan Gomes, and Gomes gets all of this pitch, sends it high and deep to center field. It's a grand slam. Cubs lead 6-0 after the first inning. But here come the Brewers. Man on first for Blake Perkins, and Perkins gives this one a drive out to left. That clears the fence for a 2-run shot. Milwaukee now within 1, and then a few batters later, it's Carlos Santana, and he's going to tie this game up. A solo home run out to left. It's now 6-6. Lauer's still out there in the 4th, but the Cubs just had his number. Ian Happ singles into left. That gives the Cubs the lead. And then Cody Bellinger, he's going to send one off the wall to deep right field. Cubs would get the win 10-6, but it's not going to matter because with the Miami Marlins win over the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight, the Cubs are officially eliminated from the Wild Cup, and the Brewers will have either the Marlins or the Diamondbacks, we will know who, after tomorrow's games. And like the Brewers, the Twins are trying to stay hot, and Trevor Larnach does just that. Bases loaded, but not anymore. Larnach with the grand slam to right field. Twins take a 6-0 lead. How about some defense? Ball hit up the middle, but Willie Castro makes an impressive stop to throw to first in time. That ends the inning. Now in the 6th inning, and with 2 runners on, Max Kepler is going to add 3 more. He gets a home run of his own as the Twins, they would go on to win this one 14-2 in the 7th. Need to check that final score. How about, and the Packers already played this week, but we've got some NFL action tomorrow afternoon. The Vikings will be going for their first win of the season as they are traveling to Carolina to take on the winless Panthers. This one kicks off at noon, and I wouldn't recommend this game, but in another game between 2 winless teams, the Chicago Bears host the Denver Broncos. The Bears offense has a lot of question marks, and the Denver defense just gave up 70 points, so if there's ever a figure-it-out game for Justin Fields, this is the one. Kickoff at 12 p.m. right here on CBS. That's all I've got for tonight, but come back tomorrow for more. We'll be right back.
Taco John's, we never judge a book by its cover. But if the cover is a one-of-a-kind flatbread coated in aged cheddar, crispy shredded potatoes, and our signature potato Olay seasoning, we say judge the shell out of it. New Cheddar Crunch Tacos, only at Taco John's.
If you're shopping for a vehicle and wonder what website has local vehicles listed, check out FindCars.com, because FindCars.com is locally based. You'll find thousands of vehicles listed from local dealers and private sellers all over the area. Plus, it's so easy to use. Simply choose the vehicle you're looking for, and FindCars.com will show you who has what you're looking for locally and beyond. FindCars.com, local shopping made easy.
FindCars.com. Click. September 15th kicks off a month of National Hispanic Heritage Awareness, and Pilgrims in Arcadia and News 8 want to recognize the impact Hispanics have in our area. Pilgrims in Arcadia continues to champion growth and diversity in our surrounding communities. As a Pilgrims team member, you will be welcomed, provided training, and given advancement and educational opportunities. Tune in to learn more about the month of Hispanic Heritage Awareness, brought to you locally by Pilgrims and News 8.
The farming industry is an integral part of our community, and it is important to us to help them thrive and grow.
My relationship with Chad has been very special. We've been doing this 20+ years now, and it's just been a pleasure to work with him. Online banking just makes life so much easier. It's right at my fingertips. I would highly recommend my friends and family to bank with Union State Bank.
Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Holiday Inn Express in Onalaska is your corporate headquarters for all business or personal travel in the Coulee region. Conveniently located within walking distance of 6 restaurants, retail locations, and 3 grocery stores. We are at the hub of your corporate visit. With hot breakfast served daily, meeting rooms for corporate presentations, and a state-of-the-art workout facility. We have everything you need for your next business trip.
To all you so-called drive-through contenders out there, Taco John's is coming for the breakfast belt. With the boldest, juiciest, baconiest, potato ole-iest breakfast burritos ever, we're not pulling any punches. The new breakfast champ is here. Try a bigger, bolder breakfast at Taco John's.
Welcome back. As the auto worker strike gained steam, another potential walkout could impact the nation's healthcare system. A union representing healthcare workers says it would be the largest strike of its kind in history, affecting more than 12.5 million patients across the country. CBS's Tom Waite has more from Los Angeles.
Tonight, more than 75,000 healthcare workers at Kaiser Permanente, one of the nation's largest not-for-profit health providers, are set to go on strike. Their contract expires at midnight.
We will not be divided.
Patients in 5 states and Washington, D.C. would be affected.
People are overworked. People are not able to give the patients what they deserve.
The union represents hospital support staff like nursing assistants, EMTs, and pharmacists. Workers are asking for raises and support, but the biggest concern is what the union calls a staffing crisis in the wake of the COVID pandemic.
We had nurses that got burned out and just left. And unfortunately, we lost a lot of really good healthcare workers to death.
Kaiser says it's accelerated hiring to help cover the shortage and provided hundreds of millions of dollars in support benefits. But they're prepared to cover patients if a strike does happen this week.
Union strike!
The walkout would come on the heels of a summer of strikes across the U.S., nearly 300 this year alone. Hotel workers in Vegas may walk out in the coming days, while Hollywood screen actors and Southern California hotel staff have been on the picket line for months. If the strike happens, it would start on Wednesday and last several days. An even longer strike is possible in November, with an even bigger possible impact on patient care. Reporting from Hollywood, I'm Tom Waite.
All right, and thank you so much for watching this edition of News 8 Now. That will do it. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.